Hello? I can't hear anything. Hello? Or is it my? I don't know. I can't hear anything. Amish, if you can hear me, I can't hear you. I don't know.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Now I can
There
hear
we
you.
go.
What's going on, man?
I've been talking all this time and nobody could hear me. Wow, that's so sad. Okay.
It was probably like earth shattering stuff too, like the best things that we all needed to hear, and unfortunately nobody heard.
No, it really wasn't. It wasn't shit. But I was
Oh
just,
man,
I was just getting. I've never done it this way before with the game day on the screen here, so it's a little. I'm trying something new.
gotcha. I wasn't sure. Is that how you normally watch the game, or do you get like the actual SNY feed?
No, I have the game on. I have the MLB package, so I have the game on TV. But
Gotcha. Okay.
for whoever wanted to join the stream, if they can't watch the game or whatever, I figured I'd put the game day on, so that way they're
Yeah.
not just watching me talk and they have something to look at. But um,
Oh, and they could see that the ump clearly missed that 2-0 count. How is that a
exactly.
strike? I saw that in real time, and it made no sense.
Oh man,
Wow, this is gonna be a tough game to pull out.
yeah, they're freaking. I don't trust Peterson, man. That's my issue. I feel like our
Peterson versus Snell just seems crazy to me.
yeah, and Snell's a lefty, and you know how we do against lefties.
That, so you see, this is like the ultimate test of a hot streak. You're going against a guy who's what, like 4-1 with an ERA of .81 in his last few starts,
Oh,
lefty to boot, and then we also have what do you call it? Peterson, who we don't trust going to.
exactly. What up, Top?
What up, yo? What's up? What's up?
So
Not
guys,
much. Checking
Watching.
out, checking out the game here.
Yeah, I had to
we
get
just
out.
caught
Yeah, I'm about
Nemo
to.
striking out.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, he just struck out.
Jesus. I mean, lefty, lefty. Even though he's kind of been killing lefties,
Yeah, his average is dipping though. He's down to what 267 or something like that now.
yeah, around there, yeah.
We're gonna need the righties in this lineup to work the count.
Yeah,
Need
exactly.
need Pete to step up, man.
Well, Pete's been MIA for a long, like it's going. I mean, he was injured, but this cold streak's been going on for a while.
Yeah, he did all right the other night, but then last night, well, he worked a couple walks, but didn't get any
I
hits.
feel like Pete walks into like when he makes contact, he hits the ball hard. There's no doubt about it. But it's just he's reaching and he's extending the zone for no reason. Like I just don't feel that I understand his approach at all because if they're giving you the walk, there's no real reason for you to force the issue.
Yeah, because he's
The team is starting to hit a little bit. Like you need to. Oh, did he get? No, he didn't get enough of that one.
yeah, he's impatient. That's what it is. He doesn't know when to
Oh,
be patient. Um, uh, when it comes to his at bats.
Yeah, I thought he hit that harder than it was. I was fooled on that one.
yeah, yeah. Nah, you're right, Top. It's like he's trying to make something happen when he instead of just letting the game come to him.
Yeah, that's the same shit with Marte now, bro. Last year,
Yeah,
Marte was letting the game come to him. He was relaxed. He was taking the pitches that he was comfortable with. Now Marte just wants to. He's trying to overdo it. He wants to do something quick, and it's just like, dude, take your time. Don't fucking just don't swing at everything.
Yeah. For those of you watching, I got my buddy AP joining in. I got buddy Top David from Top Buck Sports. Check him out on Twitter at Top Bunk Sports. I think you got a YouTube page too, right?
Appreciate it. Yeah. It's not that it's only interviews that are up there. I still gotta, fix that up. But yeah, I got everything from YouTube to TikTok, to obviously Twitter, Instagram. So, you know,
Same music,
Stop.
same.
I wanted to just give you a shout out because I I didn't know, but your edits are crazy. I every time I see you put the images and everything, like they really come out real dope. So I wanted to give you a shout out on that.
yeah, a lot of the videos and the images, I just get them from like different people that post it, and then like I give them their credit, but I change like the captions and stuff like that, so that way they don't make it seem like I'm stealing something or but I'm trying to day by day trying to like start creating my own images and trying to do a lot, so then that way nobody could eventually say, hey, you got this picture from here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because then eventually they start being like asked about that. But this editing thing, as I will, for anybody that's trying to get into editing, it is not as easy as people think. Like there's a lot of people that come up to me and be like, "Yo, you could just not, you could edit anything you want, bro. You get it done 1 to 3." No, because if you're somebody that wants perfection, you're gonna be looking at the small details and you're like, "Nah, I don't like that. Nah, I don't like this. Or I'd rather use this picture here, or I'd rather use this." Like it's gonna, you gotta be 100% on what you want out there. So that's why sometimes when I edit, I don't have the patience. I'll be like, yo, I,
yeah.
I gotta really like sit by myself and actually, you know, lay out the details of how I want this picture. If I'm gonna take a picture of Kodai Senga, I want to make sure that there's details there. That not because then if you look at it, you're like, oh fuck, I already posted it and it's been like what 40 minutes already. Almost everybody saw it. It eats when you're somebody that's trying to put content out there. It's I'm the type of person where I always think about the audience. Like is the audience gonna like this? Because I always say like I rather have comments of people critiquing, because then it's a good way to learn. Like if let's say if AP, if you be like, yo, Top, I think you should do this better on this picture. I 100% I'll take it and I'll fucking do it. Try to make it better, because I think the more people that critique you, the better you could
I got a comment here from yo. I ain't even gonna try to pronounce this name. But, yo, what's up, bro? I'm just gonna call you B. What up, B? Because I will butcher the hell out of that. I don't even know how to even start. Oh, let's see what's Peterson's got. It's not a good first pitch.
Did any of you guys see the Futures game today?
I didn't because it was on Peacock and I don't have Peacock and I didn't bother like getting it off a streaming site or whatever.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance.
It was solid. It wasn't too bad.
I did see some clips
Damn,
that
did you guys
Chief
see that
posted.
throw?
Oh, nice. There
Beatty
you
impressed
go,
me with the
Beatty.
strength on that throw to first.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Beatty, man, Beatty. For some reason, like there's times his arm looks super solid, and then there's other times like he looks afraid to throw the ball. Like I don't.
I was just gonna say that. You know what it is? That double tap. When he doesn't have
Yeah,
to think about it and just throw it, I think that he
yeah,
has a stronger arm than he shows.
yeah, exactly. When he overthinks it, you can tell he gets in his head.
Yeah, I feel like that all started because of what happened in Philadelphia with the era. For some, I mean, he might have been doing that before.
Ooh, foul. At least the Padres aren't wearing those freaking. I don't even know what those things were last night.
I just don't get it. Like, were they trying to mimic a Miami team? I don't understand.
That's what I said. I said if there's anybody that should be using that colorway to begin with, it's fucking Miami.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I know San Diego's a beach town too, but yikes.
Not as much as Miami, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, nobody thinks of those type of colors and says, "Oh my God, I got to go to San Diego."
No,
Yeah.
nobody does. Like you see how we're ripping them for having that colorway. I would have been fine with Miami having that colorway. Like I would have not even said nothing about Miami having that colorway because
Yeah, but it feels like they copied the Miami colors because Miami has similar colors to those.
no, yeah. Listen,
I
I
don't,
like Miami's colorway at 10 times more than what fucking.
I don't know what Nike's doing with most of these freaking City Connects. They just aren't very good.
I feel like that's just Nike's ploy of trying to get like money for another jersey, and I think not for nothing. I haven't liked really any of them. I just feel like it's kind of lazy.
I like Miami. Actually, speaking of Miami, I like Miami's. The White Sox one ain't bad if you like black. B says his Jose Quintana minor league rehab start was trash today. Yeah, I saw that. His wasn't very good. Hopefully, it's just him trying to work through some things. This is basically like him going through spring training, so it's gonna take him some time to get up to.
How do you guys like feel about those? Like do you take it like you're worried about? Oh man, this guy's ERA looks crazy, or do you take it like, hey, this guy is just trying to get his fastball revved up. He's trying to work on stuff, like you said. Like I saw that, and I was thinking, he's down in Syracuse. He knows that he's not a minor leaguer. He's probably trying to rev up his fastball and get like in mid-season form because he's missed a couple of months. So I try not to be on the ledge, but it does scare me when you see that it's close to 5.
Yeah, for sure. I just think he's working on things. I don't want to put too much stock into it, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if this was his last one. I think they said he was gonna like work, like do like maybe like a simulated game or something during the All-Star break.
After this, so
yeah, so.
Yeah, they confirmed that on SNY before the game. It's supposed to be a simulated game to get him into game shape, and I guess his spine will take. I don't know where he's gonna fit in, but I'm assuming he's not throwing that first series against the Dodgers. But who knows? They do want to split up Scherzer and Verlander, so maybe they slot him in there. I don't know.
Yeah. For whoever's watching, thanks for stopping in. Feel free to leave a comment. I try to get to all the comments as long as you're not saying anything too crazy. I think last time we were on a live stream, there was this chick here that she was just totally hammered. It was pretty funny, actually.
What'd she say?
Yo, I don't know. I was like trying to read all her comments, but like some of the stuff I couldn't even understand. Like she was typing all kinds of nonsense.
Well, Peterson impressed me. Got a nice little quick inning.
Yeah,
that was good. That's the key, man. That top 4 is the scary part of the lineup. The rest of them, that the bottom half don't look that great.
No, not at all.
So he must have did something where now he's confident to find his for him.
Yeah, you're breaking up, bro.
Am I?
Yeah, a little bit.
Hold on. Am I good now?
Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah, I said that he must have did something in AAA to where he was working on his location, like I said last time in the space, because he seemed very confident on where he's throwing the ball. He knows where he wants to throw it.
Yeah, looks a lot better.
Yeah.
Shout out B. I wish we can deal Cookie for bullpen help. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they want to
do that.
I don't see them if they actually are in this race. Like, I don't see them wanting to get rid of rotation depth for bullpen help. But we'll see. I mean, they got a long way to go. Like I said, I'm not going to get too crazy about this team until they hit 500. Once they do that, then we can talk about what we can buy or not buy.
I mean, this recent streak has been aided in large part because of the stability that the starters have given us right now. I'm actually really impressed right now on this run that the starters have had. I really do want some bullpen help, but I don't think, like you said, taking away from the starting pitching would really help from that. If we're gonna get bullpen help, it's gonna come from the minor leagues and stuff like that. I just don't think we have pieces right now to take from the major leagues. Look at this swing. I don't understand this swing from Pete. Why does he continue to swing
Ooh.
at that ball down there?
Yeah, I'm just a little behind you. I just saw it. Yeah, that he flails at so many pitches. It's I don't get it, man.
You could tell he's not seeing the ball. Like when he starts swinging at that, that tells me that he is not right.
For sure.
See strike three. Wow, that's so bad. He made him look so bad in that at bat. Oh my goodness.
It's gonna get nasty. Yeah.
B, most likely Peterson will get optioned to the minors when Jose Q comes back. I could see that. Unless they decide to go with a 6-man rotation, which, I mean, Buck did talk about that earlier in the year, but injuries stopped that from happening, obviously.
Would you be okay with that? A 6-man rotation?
I mean, it would keep Senga on his schedule that they prefer to keep him on with the extra day. It gives old man Max and Verlander an extra day. So I could see it working, but that's only if Peterson can keep pitching the way he's decent. If he's goes back to being crappy old Peterson, then I'd rather just go back to a 5-man.
See, yeah, like I mean, I think that like everybody's so used to the 5-man rotation and it's been done forever. But everything that you just said, I just feel like it makes so much sense to keep it that way. Just keeping all of these guys fresh, but it really all falls into whether Peterson keeps doing what he's doing. Because if not, then it serves no purpose.
I would move to a 4-man rotation. We need to win ASAP, right? I don't know if you'll ever see a 4-man rotation in baseball again. These guys don't have the stamina for that, man.
4-man rotation.
That's old school right there. That's back when guys used to throw like 150 pitches and
wow.
Whoa, what was that?
That was called a strike.
Hold up. Where was this on game day? Look at that.
Wow. That wasn't even it. If you see where it's at, it's right on the line of the other box.
Yeah, look at that, man, right there on the screen. That's crazy. That's wow. It's going to be a long game if the ump is calling stuff like that.
I mean, he's already given Snell 2 questionable calls.
I thought he was going to give him that one too. Jesus.
If he's gonna go like that, I expect Buck to be ejected.
You think he's gonna wake up from his?
This is
the last 2 times he went to actually argue something, he actually got ejected. So, like I said, if it goes that way, and you know, and it's noticeable like that, I think he'll get ejected. Not that I want it, because I find it funny how people always be like, he needs to get ejected. I get there's like a message thing, but you know.
Yeah, I don't really see the point in all that, but whatever.
What I want to look at with McNeil is look at his swing and his trajectory. When McNeil is really going good, you notice that he has a level swing. The ball hits the bat on a level. His at bat so far, he's been trying to lift the ball, and that's where he gets into trouble because his approach right now seems to be like he's trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark, and he's not that type of player. So I really want him to get back to that, like he's hitting balls to left, trying to get the ball on the bat at a level where it's more like single and double as opposed to getting the ball in the air where it's just being pop-ups to right field.
Yeah, he's looking like 2021 McNeil again, man. That's basically what he was. He was trying to hit homers, and last year when he was just like trying to get his singles and get on base, he I mean, he was the batting champ, so
Yeah,
Probably-
no, but that's something that I've noticed, and I think it's an approach that they have had with their left-handed hitters mostly. Try to lift the ball up, or like the way that they are approaching it is almost like a golf swing.
speaking of golf swing, Mr. B McNeil playing too much golf. He got a golf swing. You guys are thinking alike
There
there.
we go, and he struck out.
Wow, right down the middle, and he just
Yeah.
whiffed. Jeez.
That is a big concern. I remember talking about it in the space that people feel that it might be because of the fact that he plays a lot of golf, that his swing is starting to emulate what he does on the course.
Yeah.
And I mean, if that's the case, then that's on the hitting coach. The hitting coach needs to correct that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's I don't understand how he can go from hot and cold like one year to the next the way he does. Like, it's just so weird how inconsistent it is. I kind of dig this
If you
whole
could have one
game
Met
day
that
on the
like
screen.
that what?
No, I was just saying I kind of dig this whole like having the game day thing right on the screen.
On the screen. I was gonna say, like, if you could have one Met that's been struggling all year and like just have them come out of their funk, who would it be?
I mean,
it would have to be McNeil for me.
Why?
Okay.
Simply because McNeil again is one of the guys that can give you anything at any time. You know what I'm saying? Like that was one of the things we saw last year, is that he was always putting the ball in play, especially in key moments. With Pete is like you're basically expecting him to either try to get a home run or that's a strikeout. With McNeil was never like that. That's why it's rare to see him going through what he's going through. And especially because last year he found himself in 21. A lot of people were saying that he didn't have like he couldn't find his success. He couldn't find his go-to when it came to his offense. Last year he found it. Now he's kind of going back to like dominant set for 21. And I think that's important.
Yeah, I think I would go with Marte.
Oh, I forgot about Marte.
Just because I mean when he's on, he showed it last year. He's such a catalyst, dude. Especially if he shows some power, like he's obviously got the speed. If he could get right, I think he really changes this lineup. Ooh, smoked it.
That ball went down the line, and you saw that the umpire called that same pitch a strike. So this is. I would just keep throwing it there. I don't know why he threw it down the middle. That made no sense.
Lindor needs to correct the squirrel, says B. So according to some people, Lindor needs to buy him his car. One person we need to fix is Cookie or Drew Smith. I don't think Drew Smith. I've lost all faith in Drew Smith.
If Drew's, and that's one thing I talked about early in the season. I felt that if the Mets, especially with Diaz's injury, if the Mets were going to go anywhere, Drew Smith had to take a step up in that bullpen, and he just has not. And I think that's why the bullpen struggled. And we don't have, other than Rayleigh, Ottavino, and Robertson, we don't have anybody in there that you could say, yo, this guy's going to give us 1, 2, 3 innings. Drew Smith has been so sporadic. I have like yesterday, I was on pins and needles hoping that he could get us through that 9th inning. I mean, did you guys have confidence in him last night?
No, I didn't. My heart was pumping as soon as he came in.
I thought for sure he was giving up the game.
Especially
I didn't think at all. Yeah.
Especially against Tatis, because if you guys remember, the last time he faced Tatis, we won that series in 2021, but it was a third game that we lost. He gave up a 3-1 moonshot to fucking Tatis, and we were tied, and they ended up winning the game.
Yeah.
And that was when Drew Smith when he had the Jacob deGrom hair, and he was actually good during the time. was consistent. And ever since he fucking cut his hair and started wearing more of his jewelry and he started acting like he the shit, it went downhill.
Well,
Oh
things are
man, what
looking
was that?
dicey here.
I guess it was
I
too
don't
slow
understand.
to.
I Oh man, this is why those shifts sometimes kill you.
Yeah, he just hit it so slow when he had to. Man, that sucks. Oh,
I
let's
just feel
see.
like with the way that Snell's been throwing, one run is enough.
Ottavino scares me, says B. Yep, he's scared. I think he scares everybody. Hasn't been the same this year.
I mean, he almost gave up a fucking blast to Gary Sanchez yesterday.
Yeah, that was close.
What
That that
was
that
that?
that alone.
Oh, oh,
Matt Marte let
what?
the
How
ball
do you
drop?
let that drop? Oh, I think he did it on purpose. I see what was going on. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Did he do that on purpose?
No, there's no reason for that. Why would he have done that on purpose?
Yeah, there is no because even if he catches it and it's a sack fly, it's still the same
This is
situation.
telling me. I
I
don't know
don't know
about
what
you
he was
guys,
doing.
but this tells me, this is screaming to me that something is wrong with Marte.
Yeah, there. I don't know what happened there. I mean, it's the
How
same
did he
thing.
not catch that ball?
Whether he, I mean, it ended up being the same result whether he caught it or not. But it's just weird. Kev Lowe, what's up, Kev? Do you think Buck should check Blake Snell's gloves in hand? He keeps putting white stuff on his hand. I honestly have not noticed that. Have any of you guys noticed him doing anything weird?
With what? With his hand?
Yeah, apparently Kev says that he's keeps putting white stuff on his hand. I haven't
I
seen it.
haven't seen it. I don't.
But I mean, in theory, the umps. I mean, we've been called out on that crap twice this year, so in theory, the umps should catch that if that's happening.
Yeah, it'd be our thing for them not to catch it when another team is doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
But did you guys just see that replay of this guy going back and tagging up?
Yeah, that was
And this is gone. Wow.
no way. The kid hit a homer.
Oh my God. His first major league home run.
Oh Jesus!
Well,
What
We
did he
went
leave
back to the Peterson we all know and love.
where did he leave that? Where did he leave that ball? I didn't see it.
Basically
it
low,
was a hanger.
middle of the plate, but it was low in the zone.
Jesus Christ. This is old school Peter. I mean, you know what? I can't go that far. The Gary Sanchez smacked home double. Okay, that's just a little bit of bad luck with that infield single, and whatever Marte was doing. But damn, that last pitch was on him.
Okay. Oh, I need to catch up on some of these comments. Umps don't like us. At times, that's seemed that way this year. We need to play better defense. That's for sure, man. I don't know what's going on with our defense this year, but it is not pretty. Thoughts? Peterson is a bum. Yeah, I don't like Peterson. I'll say that much. Kev says the game's over. Let's not jump there yet. It's a little early. We need to trade for better defense and get rid of Peterson. Our defense is trash. I would trade for my. Yeah, no. We're never. I don't know if that was a joke, but Braves are never trading Michael Harris to the Mets. Loss. Looks like. Oh, there he is. David's back. Let's get him back on. All right. Looks like you're back.
Yeah, sorry, I had to pick it up on my laptop.
It's all good. There's a good strikeout there. Shout out to everyone watching. If you check out the scroll below. You can follow me on Twitter, um, on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. Oh, we lost AP for now.
You left.
Subscribe to my YouTube and also follow Top Bunk Sports. That's I think across all platforms. Same name, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. And feel free to drop us a like and a comment. I try to get to all of the comments as long as you're not being disrespectful. Hopefully the Mets got another comeback in them because right now it's not looking too good. Down 3-0, as you can see here on the screen. If you're watching us and you can't watch the game for whatever reason, we got the game day right here in front of you. Tatis is up 2-2 count. Oh, wait, looks like AP's back.
My fault. I don't know why it just left, but I think I'm making the same mistakes that this team's making today.
That ball got, I don't know, Lindor just
under his glove.
let that one go under his glove.
Yeah, this is looking like the makings of an ending of a streak today. Damn, and this is the shit that drives me crazy. You are literally, the game is right in front of you. You are, if you win, you knock it down to 5.5. And yet you came in with this effort today.
Yeah, it's a tough look when you finally get a chance to pick up a game and you lose. But there's a lot of season left.
The funny thing.
Yeah, no. I mean, I was having this conversation with, I brought it up in the chat, and I was talking to my brothers about this, but realistically, to me, looking at the numbers and just what it looks like it's going to take for the Mets to get into that last wild card spot, it's gonna fall around 89 to 91 wins. I have it around 91, so I at this point the Mets are gonna have to win 48 of the rest of the season. 48 games. I think the Mets are gonna have to win to realistically have a shot. So 48 or 49. I'm forgetting how many wins do they have right now? 42?
42, yeah.
42, yeah. So they're going to need 49 wins. That means that they could only really afford to lose 25 more games. So you have to minimize the games that you lose. You can't go on losing streaks. And just, I don't know, like having Peterson in this game scared me because you have him going up against Snell, who was going to be tough regardless. I would have loved to have had somebody that I felt more confident in here, but hey, the Mets have been finding ways to overcome some of these early deficits. Like they are reminding me of the 2022 season in this current streak. So maybe they have another comeback in them and pull it off. But they're gonna have to have better at bats than we've seen so far.
Yeah, for sure.
Just the fact that for one thing, I was paying attention, and the teams that are in front of them, basically all lost today. So and then obviously the Phillies won yesterday, but they have they're in the wild card already. I think they won today, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they're in the wild card already. But the teams that are below them, which is the Brewers, the Pirates, San Diego, for that matter, like they besides San Diego, they lost yesterday, beat them yesterday, but those other teams lost today. So it's like if you win today, when those other key teams lost, that also helps you because you got at least like 4 or 5 teams in front of you, and then you got to worry about if Philly ends up losing that wild card spot, which is what I tell Mets fans. I'm like, you also got to remember, as much as we always say, don't always look at the standings. You got to keep in mind you could be behind Philly all this time. But who's to say that Philly's not going to lose that wild card spot? So you're basically going to win on these games possibly, and maybe your season ends up ending because Philly was winning all this time. So you could keep winning, but if Philly keeps winning, it doesn't help. It doesn't help your case. They would have to lose as well.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I keep telling people. I'm like, everybody's like, if this team keeps playing well, we got to win the wild card. I'm like, eventually, when we get towards the end of the season, you got to look at the standings because we could keep winning all these damn games, but if Philly's not losing, what the hell's the point? You kiss the fucking wild card goodbye. You have to. Those key teams are losing, and you have to win at every opportune time. And obviously, it's going to get harder for us because all the teams that we play up this month and next month, they're plus 500 teams. But that's why I say yesterday, I feel like that gives them a confidence boost because they're looking at that like, look, everybody's counting us out already because number one, we started off bad and we have a losing record, but they're looking at our schedule like, oh, they're gonna get crushed already. Let's fucking show them that we can beat, over 500 teams. And that's so far what the streak is about. So if they win tonight or they lose today and then they win on Sunday and take the series from San Diego, that's a huge fucking boost.
Yeah, at this point for me, it's for sure about taking series. Just
if
you can win 2 out of 3. I mean, you're almost gonna have to do it almost every time out, which is tough, but that's gonna be the key to the rest of the season for sure. B says, AP, you're not wrong, but Arizona, the Marlins, and Phillies are pretenders. They might get caught slipping. I could see that a little bit. Arizona and Miami, especially, like Miami seems to have overachieved a little bit.
I will say this though, I necessarily don't think Miami are pretenders simply because they're all young. And then what they basically did was say our young guys are ready. All we need to do is just add that one key guy, and that was what they did with our Arias trade. And then on top of that, their fucking pitching is actually performing like they all expected. How many times have we said that their pitching they got really good pitching? As much as they've sucked for so long, their pitching they've really fixed up their pitching prospects.
Yeah, they just sent that one kid Perez back down.
That was shocking to me. I didn't expect that. Even though he was struggling a little bit.
I just saw this dude's line. He's got 7 strikeouts already. Jesus.
Snail?
Yeah. That's crazy. What are we doing?
Yeah, they're making Snell look like a Cy Young Award winner.
He's been on his shit this year, though. That's why everybody was saying that it's gonna be.
And I agree with some of that. I do think that some of those teams are pretenders. Arizona, to me, doesn't have enough pitching, but Arizona is leading their division, so that's still going to be tough because they're leading the Dodgers, and the Dodgers are beating us by at this point almost 10 games. So that means that Arizona's ahead of us by 12. So to catch 12 games is pretty tough. I mean, it could be done, but not with this stretch. Oh man, please. Okay. But I don't know. I mean, there are some pretenders. I don't know about Miami. Their pitching is good, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to stick through it. I think that we're gonna have to worry about ourselves at this point and hope that the other teams just hit some losing streaks and we can capitalize.
No doubt. Marlins Jazz Chisholm Jr. back on injured list, this time with oblique strain.
Oh, of course.
Dude is
always hurt, bro.
Yeah. Jesus. Can the Marlins depend on Chisholm? Doesn't look like it, man. He's always hurt.
The problem is that the Arias shit fucked him up because he had to move. He was comfortable. He was doing great.
Yeah, he had to move to the outfield.
And all of a sudden, you're putting him in the outfield, and he's already expressed before the season started when they told him that he wasn't comfortable doing that. Yet he still did it. He looked like shit when he was playing there. Then he gets hurt, and it's just like, you're going to fuck this kid up because although it was a good trade on their part, it's like, I don't think they thought that through. I think they were like, no, let's just put him there, and we'll make him will make him feel comfortable. And that's not always the case. That's why when people were talking about putting Ronnie at left, I was like, yo, y'all really just want this kid up here to be up here. But if he doesn't get enough time to play left and he doesn't feel comfortable, you're gonna fuck his shit up.
Yeah, no, they definitely need to. If they're, I don't mind doing it, but you got to give them time to
You gotta give him time.
acclimate. Yeah,
The difference though, because I had an idiot that I was on a live stream on Instagram, and we were talking about it. And he was like, "Well, everybody says Beatty should be playing left field," and I'm like, "Because Beatty has played in left field. That's the difference."
exactly.
Like, like I don't. People come up with these comments and
Damn it.
they don't fucking do their research. And I'm just like, before you comment on something, do your research. Brett Beatty was actually playing left field for a certain amount of time in the minors. That's why if you're able to make that switch at a certain time, like if Correa was here, Correa had to play fucking third, and Beatty was up here, it wouldn't be a problem because Beatty has actually experience playing left. Fucking
Yeah,
Ronnie has it. So you're throwing a freshman kid playing a freshman position that he hasn't played every day and that doesn't feel comfortable in, and then what, you expect him to make easy catches like that? No, it's not. That doesn't. It's not how it works. Chisholm's the same way.
yeah. You're right though. There's a lot of people comment on stuff without really like thinking about what they're saying. Like I think that's what frustrates me a lot about like when I get on Twitter and like get on Spaces or just like you just scroll through the timeline. It's just people just saying things and they don't really think about what they're saying. They just say whatever, and it's like, come on, man, at least do some homework.
Research. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Like you talk about transitional guys that have switched from position to position. I'll give you two. Trey Turner has been amazing at it. I mean, remember he started as a center fielder and then worked his way up to a shortstop, and then second base. Where in Los Angeles they didn't really like it, but he understood his role there, so he played well. Another guy is fucking oh my god. Well, you could talk about it with catchers and how they switch to first base. That's a whole different fucking ball game. Like it's just, you got to be comfortable at it. You got to get time. And people don't understand it. They just want him up here to have him up here. That's why with David understood it. Like David's like, yo, I want him up here, but I also understand them taking their time with him if they got to move into a different position. He's not out here just saying he wants him up here and he doesn't care where he goes.
Tony Gwynn, freaking legend, man. Oh, that's foul. Okay.
Guys are already comparing Luis Arias to Tony Gwynn based off of who's doing it.
I mean, let's chill. It's 1 year.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Tony Gwynn was doing it his entire career. Like, that's the difference.
That's another thing. So many people
that's
are like,
the type of player that should be imitated. I don't understand why they this whole MLB attitude with the shift and everything, where we have to stop the shift because it's giving it's an unfair advantage, it's taken away from the offense. Tony Gwynn was unshiftable. You could not shift against Tony Gwynn because Tony Gwynn could take it any direction. And I think that's the disadvantage of what you're teaching these players today. You're teaching these players, like you have to pull everything for power, when in reality, that's not what baseball is necessarily all about. Like the whole point is to get on base, put pressure on the defense, start moving your players over, like move your guy over, do the little things to win baseball. It's not about trying to jack home runs every single at bat. And I think that's the sad part about not having players like Tony Gwynn anymore. Like when McNeil was hitting last year, one of the things that I loved about his approach is that he went the other way so seamlessly, and he did those little things. Like it just felt that he got that. Like, I'm gonna go this way because I'm gonna get on base. I'm gonna move the guy over. I'm gonna get on base and have the other guy do what he needs to do. And it just seems like he went away from that approach a lot, which is disheartening. But I don't know, that those are the players I miss, like the Tony Gwynns in baseball, that that really did the little things that really like made you fall in love with the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like AP, like our first game against San Francisco. Remember when he had two doubles and he hit it the other way?
Yes, sir.
Like that's a perfect example. That when I saw that, I was like, oh look, that's Jeff McNeil from last year.
Yeah.
I thought he was breaking out of it based off that. Like I when I saw that, I was like, okay, I think he's finally getting out of that slump. But he's
I thought too.
so inconsistent.
That's what I thought too. When Pete hit that home run on the Sunday game against San Francisco, I know it was one home run, but I said, listen, one home run it could be all it takes for a guy to kind of get back into his groove because he is a home run hitter. That's what he does the most. So it's like you finally do something that you're based on your whole career on, and that could get you back into a rhythm. And it's just like he hit that one home run and went right back down to his normal self this year. I was like, oh shit.
Shout out everybody watching. We're sitting here. It's bottom of the third. Mets down 3-0. Peterson's got a 3-2 count on Bogarts. If you're watching, feel free to leave a comment. We'll try to get to them. Make sure you're subbing to my channel, please, at Amish Country Mets Fan. Hit that subscribe button. My guy, Top Bunk David here down at, right here underneath me on the screen. Follow his stuff as well at Top Bunk Sports on Twitter and here on YouTube. AP is bouncing in and out. He doesn't do any content, but he's a smart baseball man. He's a good follow on Twitter. I do not know his Twitter handle, but if he wants to shout that out, he can.
It's at scientific_1.
There you go, at scientific_1. So check him out as well. Gary Sanchez. Remember when Gary Sanchez hit like 3 home runs for the Padres when he first got there and everybody was freaking out?
Because it made no sense. All of a sudden now he's damn bombs at them. Where was this?
But he's back to normal Gary Sanchez. I mean, he did get a double today, but
I mean, yesterday he was back to normal Gary Sanchez with the bad defensive fucking plays he was doing behind home plate.
yeah, man, he's horrible back there. They're desperate when you got. Jeez, that almost landed fair. Wow.
That's the one thing that I've always said to Yankee fans, like about how Yankee fans were always like they were always screaming for change. Even though during 2017, 2018, even 19, they were making the playoffs, they were always, wishing for a little bit of change. And I always said the first thing you guys should do is find yourself a better catcher. Because Gary Sanchez, in pressure situations and in big moments, even in the playoffs, he seems to fuck up defensively, and it seems to hurt you guys. Look at the Astro series in 2017. How many balls did he let go past him? And it could have resulted in a different way because the guy was bad defensively. And then on top, it's inconsistent. It's like he basically his whole career was like, Pete, now you're either gonna get a home run from him or a double in the gap, or you're getting a strikeout. And that was the problem.
Our boy B, he's trying to do a little MCU like mash together players. He says, imagine Luis Arias and Frankie Alvarez Voltron together and make a Mike Piazza. that would be interesting. Mike was the GOAT, man. I think Alvarez, I don't know. I'm not gonna say he could be Mike, but he looks like he's got the ability to be really special.
Listen, you talk about
I was looking at it was you, Amish, as a matter of fact, that showed me the Mets catchers in the last like 15 some odd years, whatever. I did not recognize how bad our catching situation is. That Alvarez doesn't even have to be special to be better than what we've had. That's really sad.
The last guy that could have been special that we had is special with the fucking team that's kicking our ass in the division.
Exactly.
Travis d'Arnaud all of a sudden wants to go to fucking Atlanta and start playing like he's a 4-time All-Star in his career. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It makes no fucking sense to me whatsoever. I was like, what the fuck?
But Tom, do you think that it has anything to do with the fact that the like where he's playing? Like I look at those teams, right? I look at those stadiums. Atlanta has a bandbox. It's a little easier to run into home runs there
Mhm,
and get some runs, especially with the lineup that they have too.
mhm.
So does that play a role in the fact that he's doing whatever he's doing now? I mean, even though Atlanta didn't trust him enough to be their everyday catcher and brought in Sean Murphy, which I thought the Mets should have done, but I mean, I guess they didn't want to make that trade.
I mean, yeah, it could be. I also think what could be affecting him. Well, I think that the whole stadium thing, I don't think that that plays a role because if you think about it, he was hitting bombs in City Field. Like his shit was carrying in City Field, and he was hitting shots. I think it could be just the fact that he's in a better situation now. There's not much to rely on with him. The pressure's not on him. He's not playing every day, and when he does get an opportunity to play, he's behind guys that are hitting nonstop, and so that could play a factor. Mind you, when he was with us, he was catching every day. He was wearing a lot on his shoulders as far as the pitching rotation, as far as what he needs to do as a catcher. So now that he's basically on the team where not a lot has to be put on him, it's like a free fall for him. And again, I think with him is now he's kind of grown. He's kind of like grown into a more serious player. I think with us, he was basically he was young, he was reckless. Not, and I'm not saying like reckless off the field. I'm saying as far as like his play decisions, a lot of the stuff he was doing defensively as a catcher. Now you could tell the difference. He's
Yeah.
he's grown as a much better catcher. Um, it's still frustrating though because it's like I would rather just fucking want to see him do this in like Yankee Stadium or fucking a different team. But the fact that Braves picked him up and he's doing this with Atlanta, it's just like
Jesus, Pete, come on. This guy's swinging at everything lately.
he's getting fooled. That's the problem.
Patrick St. Clair, thanks for watching. Travis Arnaud didn't take the Mets organization seriously. Yeah, who knows, man. I guess we should just focus on who we got right now. But it definitely sucks to see him
It's a
doing it for Atlanta when he didn't for us.
it's a two-way street though because they went based off his recent struggles and his injury issue, and they didn't take him serious.
Wow, this umpire is really calling everything a strike.
Wow.
Yeah,
That was close, but that was the ball. I
but that's
mean, if
why
you look at game day, it's like kind of touching the line, but barely.
that's why so many people want robotic umpires because that would have been called a fucking a fucking ball.
Yeah, I saw. I didn't realize that they could do that in AAA. That you could the hitters themselves could call for a challenge like at the plate for on balls and strikes. That was pretty cool.
I think they're doing that down there because they're testing it, but I think way up here they're gonna eliminate it. Like they'll put the robotic umpires, but if let's say if it's a strike and the batter doesn't agree with it, he can't challenge it because it slows down. Mind you, they put all this rule to speed up the game. That's gonna slow the game because you're gonna be like, no, I gotta challenge this call because it's a. I think it's a fucking ball when they call it a strike.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have the same. Like no umpire is gonna decide where his strike zone is at. They're gonna have one fucking box in the middle, and if it lands in that box, that's a strike. So you can't argue that.
Yeah, if they do
That
it that way, for
Alvarez
sure.
swing, that Alvarez swing lets you know what you need to know about what the Mets are doing today.
Ooh,
Without
yeah, that was an ugly swing. Alvarez does. I mean, that's the one thing he has struggled against lefties quite a bit.
yeah, a lot.
The whole team struggles against lefties, and they haven't corrected this at all. I don't understand how you went into the season not having some type of, I don't know, I don't know if it was just a contingency plan or having the right players in place, but how could you possibly go into a season? Wow, and that's strike three right there. Damn. Wow. This is looking
Ooh.
awful right now. This is looking bad.
Yeah, B predicted a Alvarez homer. Didn't work out that time, but maybe later. I mean, right now the offense does not look pretty. I mean, the streak did have to end eventually, and you look at the matchup, Snell against Peterson, it wasn't good going in. But we still got time, man. It's only, what is it, bottom of the fourth.
They have time, but they gotta really.
Well, first off, you can't let the Padres tack on anymore. 3 runs is a good enough deficit. And then we got to at least get one here in one of these innings. Wow, the viewer count dropped up to 13. Thanks to everybody for watching. If you're watching, please subscribe to the channel at Amish Country Mets Fan. Check out Top Bunk Sports on Twitter. My guy David right below me. Check out AP on Twitter. I forget at scientific_1. I think I remembered that correctly.
Yes, sir.
All smart baseball minds here, man. So if you're looking for some, well, Top covers all sports, but if you're looking for some smart Mets fans and guys that know their stuff, definitely check them out. And if you're here, feel free to leave a comment. I appreciate my guy B. I honestly never seen this guy before, but hopefully you're subbing to the channel. Hopefully you stop it in the future. I wish I knew how to say your name. I don't want to try it because I feel like I'm definitely gonna mess it up. But shout out B, shout out Patrick for watching, and a couple other people stopped in. Kev.
How confident are you guys in Scherzer starting tomorrow?
I'm confident. I'm not that that scared. I think. Listen, for people that were looking at this fucking San Diego team like we were just gonna mash all over him, just because their record is what it is, does not mean that lineup is fucking weak. That lineup,
100. I don't understand the struggle, Top. To be honest with you, like I look at this lineup, I don't get it.
Listen, I don't either. But like I said, I don't underestimate them. I respect their shit, because when you have to go through fucking Soto, then you gotta go through Tatis, and then you gotta go through Bogarts after that. At some point, that's bad enough. That's just listen. At this point, Mets can't even worry about their struggles. You gotta at any moment they could put a hurting on you, because they are.
Oh, nice play, Pete. There you go.
But listen, this is what everybody expected. The two teams with the highest payroll in the league and that have been struggling almost at the same time, they're going at it, and this is what it is.
But I feel like the Mets have that extra, like, I want to like do this to you because of last year. I think the Mets are coming into this series like, yo, we want to like almost like leave here burying them. So I feel like that to me is the added like incentive. Like, yo, you guys came into our house and took us out of the playoffs. So to me, I feel like this is like the statement series. Like, we're trying to get back into the playoffs, and we're trying to like bury you along the way too. So I don't know. I didn't expect them to just go in here and just like, I don't know, this is a whack team. But I don't know. I feel like today's game so far is disheartening, just because of like it feels like the lackadaisical defense, the approach with the at bats, everything kind of feels flat. So it's disappointing to see them look so flat so far.
I agree.
To be honest, it feels a lot like the game that we ended up winning the other day. What was it? The game we won 2-1, where the offense was just basically non-existent for Senga, and then all of a sudden we got on them in the ninth.
Yeah.
B says, I watch all of your vids, Amish. I appreciate you, brother. Scherzer did well last time against the Padres. He did very well at in City Field earlier in the season against them. So hopefully he repeats that tomorrow.
What's funny is because I haven't been paying attention to Scherzer's record. I've only been paying attention to just how he's pitching in games. I had no idea that this motherfucker was 8-2.
Yeah, his record's not bad.
I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Like I thought it would have been at least like 6-3, 6-4, something like that. I didn't realize it was 8-2. I was like, okay. And he's been pitching much better, and it just shows adjustments within the veteran. But with Verlander, I don't know. I think it's different with Verlander, and it's sad because it's like a lot of motherfuckers want to kill him. I mean, Keith, shout out to Keith. He said it himself that he was killing him yesterday. Besides, even though he made the adjustment yesterday and kind of cruised through after, but it's like you want to get that one start where he just dominates, where he just on cruise control, and we really haven't been able to get that on a consistent basis. Last time we kind of had that was against Toronto, where we were losing 1-0 the entire game.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much
I
it.
don't know. Verlander is funny because Verlander has had these weird starts where he gives up a few runs early, like yesterday. He gave up a few runs early at the first two innings, and then he was able to stay in the game and keep it there. Like he's still capable of giving you quality starts, but he hasn't done it with the Mets yet. Like give you dominant like Cy Young starts. I haven't seen a Cy Young award winner when I see Verlander pitch. I feel like I'm seeing just a third or fourth starter right now.
Don't get me wrong, I hate this excuse, but do you think the pitch clock has anything to do with it?
I do. I think it's parts of it. I mean, it's
Does.
imagine playing 20 years without it, and then all of a sudden, here you go.
Yeah.
Like, it can't be easy.
I mean, it doesn't change your mechanics and how you're pitching and how you're throwing. The only thing that it basically does is you have to worry about a clock and you have to rush.
Yeah. I was gonna say that. I think that's the main problem is that they have to rush themselves, and pitchers are such creatures of habit. They're used to working their pace, and he's been able to do that his whole career. Now all of a sudden he has to speed it up a little bit. I don't know. It could be. It definitely seems to had affected Max earlier in the year. I think he's adjusting a little bit. Maybe Verlander will adjust. I mean, he got a later start. Maybe he'll adjust as the season goes on. We'll see. But I mean, we know the dude from the Marlins, Sandy. He's admittedly said that it messes with him.
Yeah. I mean, and you can see it. It's not something that nobody can like. Sandy's just really like it's bad.
Yeah. 2-0 count to Met killer Trent Grisham. Freaking Padres, man. They need to bring the San Diego chicken back.
San Diego needs to do a lot. They need to bring back a football team. They need to
That's a throwback.
dude. I mean,
losing the Chargers was tough. That I don't know, and moving to LA, like nobody cares about them over there.
No, they don't. I'm glad you said that. They don't. People that actually think that fucking Charger fans or that people care about. No, they care about the Rams. I want people to get that. Like,
yeah.
Justin Fields could have had a nice fucking a nice fucking thing to himself in San Diego. San Diego could have been his. Now he got to worry about another fucking team in the Rams, and he could have had San Diego all to himself. Not Justin Fields,
but Herbert.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, too many Justins. yeah. Herbert looks good, man. But it just sucks that he's in LA.
He needs weapons around him. I said it. I've said it before that the Chargers seem to be different if they actually fucking add people like talent around him. He needs more help.
No doubt.
But Fields too. Fields needs help.
Yeah, base hit first and third. You got to get out of this, man.
It's 2 out, bro.
Yeah, 2 out. If you're watching, obviously you can see the score up on the game day here. It's 3-0 Padres. Got a little bit of a rally going here. Hopefully Peterson can shut them down. And we need the offense to wake up because they look like garbage against Snell.
I don't think that if they give up another one here, I think it's a wrap for the night. I don't think you can count on more than. I mean, I already not confident in the win right now. Anything more than 3 runs, I think, is going to be too much.
I mean, definitely looks the case. If they have to at least get Snell's pitch count up to get him out of the game if they can't hit him, because I think we could get to their bullpen. Snell is just lights out right now.
Their bullpen
Yeah,
is
but I mean, I think that you really honestly have to keep it where it's at to even have a punter's chance. Wow, Tatis swung at that. Ooh, he just basically gave the Mets that out. That was a terrible pitch to swing at.
Yeah, that thing was way outside. I mean, I think I know it looked like a little bit of a cookie that he threw up there. It was pretty slow, but it was way off the plate.
It looked like a softball pitch at one point.
Yeah. His eyes got big. He wanted to smoke it and just needed to chill a little bit. Take the ball and get yourself in a hitter's count. So luckily we got out of that. Top of the 5th now. Man, the Mets got 1 hit. It's not looking good.
1 hit.
Padres can only beat themselves from this moment on. Yeah, maybe, but hey, they have beat themselves a lot this year. So if that's the one thing we got going for us, is that the Padres have done a lot of the same things the Mets have done. They're very almost mirror images of each other. B says, gift from the baseball gods. Thank you, Tatis. Yeah, that was a bad swing for sure. My streak's on the line. I think I'm like 4 or 5-0 on these when I do these live streams. So hopefully we got a comeback in us. Usually Keith's on him though too, so maybe he's the magic. Somebody tell Keith to get on. For those of you watching, if you're interested in the MLB draft, I got a draft preview that I put out on the channel. If you want to go check that out, draft is tomorrow. I just basically tried to do a little bit of breakdown of guys that have been linked to the Mets in some way, shape, or form that they may take at 32. So hopefully one of the guys that I mentioned on the thing is who we draft, because that'd be cool that I at least got the right names. Snell's only at 65 pitches. I gotta make him work a little. That's McNeil. Jesus, come on, man. McNeil's doing nothing. Just check the group chat. Keith had no faith. Said Tatis about to end the night, fellas. Come on, Keith. Oh, this dude's blowing bubbles while he's catching baseballs. I see you. It's Starling Martes. Come on, dude. You've been miserable for the most part this year. What are you swinging? I don't get what these guys are swinging at. What's with all the over aggressiveness? It's like almost all of them.
They want to start swinging at the first pitch.
Jesus. I get seriously frustrated when I see that.
Yeah, no.
There we go. If you hadn't swung at the other pitch, you would have walked by now. Freaking genius.
And he swung at ball 4.
Of course he did. he swung at two balls. That was ball 5.
Martin is swinging at everything. And he
Bro.
swung at ball 6.
Oh my God, this guy. There was nothing funnier than that game where he came up at Citi Field and that chick was yelling at him right before he came up. Don't swing at everything. And what did he do? He swung
He still does it.
3 pitches. He just 1, 2, 3 that were nowhere near the zone. Oh man, this is. What are you shaking your head about, bro? Like, open your eyes. Those balls weren't anywhere close. Maybe the last one, but the other 2 weren't. Beatty swinging at a ball that's way low. Come. Ay.
Yeah, this is bad. This is bad.
Well, it's like I don't know if they're not seeing the ball well coming out of his hand or what the deal is. Is Beatty a buy or a bust? I'm not. I think he's a buy. I think this kid's got the goods. He's a young dude. He needs time to adjust, but I think he'll get there.
He only has 76 pitches the 5th inning, and the Mets have no idea what they're doing up there.
I dread facing lefties, man. It doesn't matter who it is. Anytime a lefty is on the mound, I just dread it.
I'm actually glad that Beatty's batting today.
Yeah.
Because I don't want him to not face lefties. He has to face lefties.
Yeah, that was frustrating me for a while. Buck was just not playing him against lefties. And it's like, dude, we literally made this mistake with Conforto. Why are we repeating it?
Oh, Beatty's calling for catcher's interference.
Oh, yeah, he's pointing. What did it? They're going to call it?
He was pointing at it before he even touched first base.
Yeah, it looks like they called it. Nice. Maybe that's a break in our favor. Maybe we needed that. Yo, my buddy Chris, my co-host on the Interstate Mets Report. Check us out Tuesdays and Fridays. Says, yo, Snell is dominating this lineup for real. He sure is. Had to step in the live for a bit. Good stuff. Appreciate you, Chris. Hope you're enjoying your vacation. Actually, the Mets are winning while you're gone. Well, if they lose today, maybe you can come back. But if they win, you got to stay wherever you're at, bro. We can do the show from wherever you're visiting. B says, some say Snell pitching collapses 3rd time around the rotation. Well, I hope that's the case because so far we've been straight booty. If they come back, I'm extending the vacay. You need to. You can't mess with the juju. You got to, whatever people are doing, you keep doing it.
That we did not need.
Oh, over aggressive. What are you doing, bro? Well, that's not the inning we're breaking through. On to the next.
So far, it's just one of those damn nights.
Yeah. Once again, shout out everybody watching. Appreciate all of you. Feel free to drop a comment. We try to read all of them. Hopefully you like this little setup here with the game day on the screens. My first time trying this. I kind of like it. Lets everybody see what's going on. Matter of fact, let me switch up. I've got it stuck on the Padres lineup. I can summary. We'll keep it on there. Here. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Obviously, if you're on here right now, it's at Amish Country Mets Fan. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button. Check out my buddy David from Top Bug Sports. He's got a YouTube channel as well. And a Twitter, at Twitter, same handle, at Top Bug Sports. And my guy AP, super smart baseball guy. He's not a content creator, but if you want to check his stuff out on Twitter, it's at scientific_1.
I should start a podcast talking to myself.
Yo, that would be an interesting podcast.
It does get hard. I'm in the process of actually trying to find a co-host because doing it by yourself is very, very hard.
No doubt. That's the one thing I appreciate my buddy Chris here. That I mean, I like doing some stuff on my own, but like doing content on your own is tough. It's nice to have somebody to bounce things off of. Like even with this live, like I was gonna do it alone. I appreciate you guys jumping on, but it would have been it's a lot easier when you got guys to talk to. Like if it would have been just me talking to air.
I literally switched on my phone to the laptop here because I'm so behind on content that I gotta post right now. It's like I'm literally going and going.
I have to ask you guys, since you guys are creators, like, how hard is it, especially like, let's say June, how hard is it to like get amped up and get up, like to have stuff to talk about when the team was playing so bad?
I mean, for me, it's not. But the thing is, what feeds me is just basically like just loving and having a passion for it. I mean, I basically grew up wanting to play the sport, and while trying to play it, like even I played basketball too, and while trying to play it, we all have those school conversations with our friends about, yo, did you catch the game, or yo, what do you think about this player? Da, 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 da. So basically, that was me every day, whether it was with a friend or whether it was with family members. I was always talking about the game. I was always talking about, whether it was baseball, even in trash talking. Like people would come up to me and be like, "Yo, I can't believe you're a Mets fan. Like, you fucking suck." And I would get into fucking like conversations with them, and we'll have debates and stuff like that. So, as fucking generation starts to grow and technology and stuff like that, and the podcast game starts to grow, you find yourself, wanting to do it. You find yourself having a good time trying to talk about topics and trying to actually, you know, engage with certain people and with with yourself. And I was very into the podcast thing since before it broke. As a young like, I was always listening to. I just enjoyed listening to other people talk about the stuff that I like. So I'm so like into sports, that, especially with baseball. That now that I'm able to have my own platform. Say what I want, do what I want, and talk about the game. I think it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always said it, like, even though I look at this as a business, the love for it and the fun of it, that's the most important thing to me. I could right now, let's say if Amish shit blows up, right? If this live stream blows up and you know, I get business people hitting me up telling me, yo, we want to put your podcast thing on a platform. That's cool and all, and obviously I'll go for it. But the fun of it and the love of it doesn't change. So I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this because I enjoy talking about the thing. So I think whether you're fucking losing, we could be fucking out of playoff contention. There's just the fact that we get to talk and we get to talk and lay our frustrations out or talk about a win. I think that's the best part because we see people at the game and then it's vibe. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't know when you're going to talk again about this team or talk about anything when it comes to what you enjoy. So I think it's cool that you get to talk about it in certain platforms and people get to listen. Like people want to tune in, be like, "Yo, I wonder what Amish has to say about about this game, or I wonder what Top has to say about this game." Because he brings a good opinion to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you attract people because people want to talk about it. So I think for me, it's just for that. I think it's the fact that I get to engage with people and they get to listen to what I have to say, or I listen to what they got to say.
Yeah, I'll get to my answer real quick, but first I want to shout out Peter. Says, "Hey Amish," and then 3 runs ain't bad, but we can't fall further behind. Very much agree. And to piggyback off the top, yeah, I started this. I mean, I started it, and I'm still. I mean, it is for fun. Obviously, if it ever did blow up, I would welcome it. But I do it for fun. I do it because I enjoy the game. I love baseball. Love the Mets more than any other team in any other sport. Uh, when I did start this, I mean, full disclosure, I also did it because my mental health was in a real bad place and I needed something to like kind of distract me and like get me like out of a funk. And it has helped. I mean, at times I still struggle with it, but I'm not going to bore everybody with that. But I mean, June did suck. I mean, I'm not going to lie and pretend that it was fun to like talk about losing every other or every day pretty much, especially like me and Chris, we would do post games and like the post games were almost seemed every time it was after a loss. Like it just gets old. And then you're talking like I'm doing like my own podcast shows and I'm doing like recap videos and it's just felt repetitive because it's like, oh, the Mets lost again. The Mets blew another game. But at the same time, it was like, it's still fun. It's fun to talk about the squad. It's nice that we're on this little run now. I like doing these like live streams and stuff, watching the game and like being able to talk to you guys and other people and having people comment and stuff. Like all that stuff is enjoyable to me.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. That's why I enjoy our group chat. I enjoy whenever we do spaces because, you take time out of your day, whether you're busy, whether you're bored, to talk about the shit that we watch on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the best part. And whether we criticize the team or whether we go in and we have good vibes with it, we understand that we love the team. And the fact that each one of us has a love for the team and we gel together, I think that's the best part.
Yeah,
and I think that what you guys are saying, it really lets me like what you guys are saying gives me a sense of when I go to, let's say, like to Twitter and like to chat with you guys or like on the spaces, whatever. It gives me kind of like that same type of mindset. Like I'm glad that I've been able to find fans that I could kind of bounce ideas with and frustrations and just talk to, because I think that the Mets fan, to me, I know there's a lot of different types of fans, for lack of a better word, but I think that the Met fan, the genuine Met fan, is a smart baseball fan. I think that if you're a Met fan, you're not a front runner because you're not sitting here like, yo, who winning the World Series? Because Jesus Christ, that hasn't happened in forever. But we come in with the passion. We come in with knowledge of the game. We really have a love for this. Like I really like from talking to you guys and just like everybody like in our group and like on the spaces that I go through, everybody has a real like love for baseball. It's not fake at all. Like you can't be. To me, it's really hard to be a fake Met fan. Like I think that when you're into this, you're into it because you really bleed that orange and blue. Yeah. And I think that that's such a dope thing to share and be able to talk to people with that mindset and go through like the ups and downs. Like if I was to go through June by myself, I think I would have just like lost it. But being able to be like, yo, we suck, and then being able to talk about it like with other people and get through it just makes it better.
Yeah, no doubt. Patrick makes a great point. Passion is having the same energy for 5 people or 1,000. And yeah, man, that's what I do. Like, I don't care if there's one person watching in here or if there's 100 people. Like, I'm going to bring the same energy. I'm going to be me. I'm not going to be fake. I'm not going to be one of these crying, screaming about the team just for clicks kind of guys. Like, that's not my brand. It's never going to be my brand. And if you do see me do something like that, I want you to call me on it because that's not the way I am. Like, It's just not. That's the one thing I don't like. Like, I love interacting with other fans and stuff, but I hate the fake stuff. Like, don't be fake. Be yourself.
Yep.
That's it. Padres win when Bogarts is hot. I feel we can win today. Yeah, man. I just got to find a way to get to these guys right now. The Peterson kept us in it, so got to try to score some runs. Peter, I'm old school Mets fan and never close to switching team. Yeah, that's for sure. I'll never, ever, ever switch.
I get off. Trust me. I get people every day telling me, you know what, Top, you're young. You can still have that opportunity to switch. And I'm like,
Nah.
fuck, bro. Like, I think my love for the game was stamped. Well, not for the game. Well, for the game, but my love for the team was stamped when the very first time they bought me a player jersey, and it was Carlos Beltran, and it was during the 2006 season. And I remember going to Shea. Like, to this day, I remember going to Shea. I was only 5 years old, and I still remember. Like, to say that I was able to at least go to Shea before they knocked it down, I think, and just witnessing the atmosphere, just everybody wearing the jersey, all that. As a 5-year-old, you don't really understand it yet. But to walk up in there, to like see everybody all together, the team winning. It was 2006. We all knew it was a special year. So I think right then and there, that solidified my fandom, and also because I'm from Queens. I live in Queens. I was born and raised in Queens. I live literally 10 minutes from the stadium. I'm like right there. So it just naturally, it worked out.
Yeah, you're pretty close too, AP? Aren't you like right by the stadium?
I live in Flushing.
Nice.
I live in Whitestone.
Yeah, I'm originally from Brooklyn, so I wasn't too far away. I was in Bushwick. Lived there, like into my early 20s. Well, I think I was 20 when I left. So going to Shea was awesome. Shea when we were winning was like no other experience, man. That place was rocking with.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that, like, one of the earliest childhood memories is just being able to walk up to the stadium. Like, it's like a 20-minute walk because you have to cross over the Roosevelt Bridge, but just walking over there and seeing the stadium and just getting hyped for the game, like, I don't know. Every once in a while, I still walk it, and it just brings me back. I don't know. It just makes me feel like a kid again, just like being able to walk over that bridge and going to see a game.
Peter's got a little trivia question for us. What Met player hit in the 4 double plays in a game? And the clue is he played third base. 4 double plays, huh? That's a lot of double plays, bro.
4 double plays. I want to say 4 double plays and a third baseman.
Yeah. I can't imagine.
Why do you feel like it wasn't that far along? Like, it wasn't that far away.
It definitely could have been. It definitely wasn't Eduardo Escobar, was it? It can't be that. It can't be that short.
He says he started it with tidbits from the Mets past. So I want to say maybe it's an older guy. I don't know. Third baseman.
Is it somebody that like nobody could think of? Like, it's one of those random guys that it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, you got another clue for us, Peter? Because we're not gonna lie, we're a little stuck. I'm usually good at this, but 4 double plays.
Dude, I can't
remember.
Dude, I don't know.
The way Marte's playing, he may hit. Yeah, Marte kid into what 2 yesterday? 1979. Oh, that's
the bases
before
loaded twice.
1979. That's before both of our times.
Yeah, bro.
Or all 3 of us, I believe. I think AP. How old are you, AP? If you don't mind saying.
I'm 41.
41. Okay, I'm 36.
22.
Top's the youngin. He's 22. So that's a little bit before all of our times.
You're making me feel mad old. I don't know. I just turned 41, but like I don't feel 41. I'll tell you that much.
When I met up with Keith the other day, Keith was like, "Bro, I still cannot believe you're 22, bro. Like, it's fucking crazy." And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
That just makes me feel jealous when that's how I know I'm getting old. Like I feel jealous of hearing people in their 20s. Like life is still like dope. Like you literally just had 20. I always feel like 21 is the best birthday to look forward to because it's like you hit that big number. Like you could do whatever you want. After that, like it just starts going into like, damn, I got a year older.
But I always tell people, like, you know, as long as you're, unless if you're, because I know people be like, they don't have to think about the age. It's when your body starts to hit, and then you're like, nah, I'm really feeling the effects of like how old I am. But if you're taking care of yourself,
Yo, you just said something, and I'm gonna keep a buck with you. And my wife went through this because she was making fun of me. She's like 5 years younger than me. So I'm gonna tell you when you feel older. When you sneeze and your back hurts, that is the exact moment when you say, damn, my ass got old. She was laughing at me because I said, yo, I just messed up my back on
I
that sneeze.
blew
And
up
then
my
a
back when
couple
I
of months
sneezed.
later, this shit happened to her.
That's funny.
I've always told people, people joke with me all the time, like, yo, you're 22, but you got mad time to do what you want. And I always tell people, I'll be like, listen, when I'm 40 something, the same thing that I'm doing right now, I don't think I'll be doing anything different because
Hold up.
You like.
Yo, Peter, was it Joe Torre? He says he's a Hall of Famer, was on the Cardinals, Braves, and Yankees also, an Italian. It's the only dude I could think of.
Damn, what the hell? You might be right on that.
It's the only dude I could think of. I could be off base completely. He says yes. All right, cool. I mean, it took a lot of clues for me to get it, but at least I got it.
Well, this is a big opportunity. This is probably the biggest opportunity we've had. 98 pitches.
Yeah.
Francisco Lindor up with the tying run.
Come on, Frankie.
Right here, if Francisco Lindor doesn't do nothing here, this is where
My bad, not Frankie.
This is where I know that if we go into spaces, Francisco's gonna get killed for this shit.
If this streak is gonna stay alive, Lindor's gonna have to do something here.
Yeah, and listen, I swear to God, if he does something on this at bat, and I go into these spaces and I hear one motherfucker negative about this.
Yo, I'm still having to defend. Like I find it crazy that I still have to defend Lindor. People are really hung up on his average. Yo, his average isn't great. I'm not gonna say that it's great, but I look at the other numbers and they're great.
AP, you wanna know what it is? This is why I said what if you were in the space when I said it. This is why I brought up this contract to Eddie, because I said people will find a way to put a negative stamp on Lindor and then attach his contract to it. Fuck, why'd you go for that, bro?
I don't know why he swung at that pitch. He was in the driver's seat. That just swung momentum for Snell there. Please stay into your pocket, man. Dude is on the ropes right now. He's wild.
They're having issues seeing the ball from this guy, man.
I think Snell hides the ball very well.
Yeah,
it's that, but it's also again when you're with pitching, and I've noticed this while I played. With pitching, it's like, I mean, even though you don't face it with me, when you're playing summer ball, you don't face the team 3 times unless you're doing like a playoff thing.
Oh, damn it! He hit it to Tatis. Well, I mean, I don't really have a lot of confidence in Pete at all.
I can't say nothing bad. He fucking put the ball in play.
I was gonna say that was a solid swing. Yeah, he just hit it right at him.
He put the ball.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, he messed up that at bat, swinging at that ball in the dirt.
No, he did.
You had a lot of pressure on him to.
The count could have been much different.
Yeah, Patrick says Lindor does something, but not this AB. Well, you were right, not this AB. Peter, he will get his average up over 260 at least. I agree. I think He's gonna stay hot. I feel it.
I mean, listen, if he gets his average up to over 260, I better see a fucking parade in front of the field for the amount of shit that everybody was talking about. Well, he at least needs to get up to 250. So if he gets to 260 and over that, y'all better be going. Y'all better be calling his agent and finding out where his crib is at. Y'all better be. For the shit that I've heard, my God, it's like, dude, like.
I mean, it's appalling because look at the shit that we've had
but
at shortstop.
That's what I was gonna say. It almost makes me think that people would rather trade Francisco Lindor back to Cleveland to go deal with Ahmed Rosario when Ahmed Rosario couldn't stop a fucking.
Oh my God, Pete Alonso, you're a fucking dickhead. Oh my God.
He swung at ball three.
Oh my God.
That was outside. I mean, the ump. With this ump, you never know. He might have called it a strike, but still, you're up in the count 2-1 there. You had to take that.
You weren't
pitch.
gonna do anything with that pitch, though.
Yeah,
what were you gonna do with that? Oh my God! I have to start seeing people like really get on Pete because I'm not okay with this dude right now. He's batting, and I think he's still hurt. I really do think he rushed himself to you get no cookies for coming back, playing hurt, and batting 200. Like it just that there's no benefit to it whatsoever.
AP, it's definitely getting there, bro. A lot of people, from what I've seen on my timeline, a lot of people are holding him accountable now because they're like, "Yo, bro, you're not even fucking signed yet. Like, there's nothing we could fucking say about you besides what you've been doing at the plate. We gotta hold you accountable. Like, it's like the Lindor thing. You see how people want to hold his contract to fucking standard? They can't hold nothing they can't hold nothing against Pete besides what he's doing, how he's playing. So they're holding him accountable. It's just that when it comes to Lindor, they get the pitchforks out. But it's like, yeah, we'll hold them accountable, but we're not gonna fucking stab them like we do with Lindor.
But this is my take on this whole situation. Like people want to bring up the money. They want to bring up like, oh, he's getting more money than everybody else. One, nobody forced you to give him that money. The team gave him that money because they felt that he was a star. If you look at Lindor's numbers historically, Lindor is not a 300 hitter.
But he's a star.
He's a slow starter to begin the year. That's what he's done his whole career. But does he get you over 20, 25 home runs? Does he get you over 80, 90 RBIs? Yes, he does. So he's been doing what he's been doing his whole career thus far with the Mets. I just don't understand what people like. Did people want him to hit 320 and hit 30 home runs and 135 RBIs? That's not who he's ever been.
He's on pace for 30 home runs and 100 and something RBIs.
No, you are, but I mean, they want him to hit like 300.
Exactly. Yeah, they want him to be like a superstar.
I just think that doesn't even make sense. Honestly, in the game of baseball, there may be only a handful of sluggers because if you hit over 30 home runs, you're a slugger. How many 30 home run, 100 RBI guys are getting? Oh my God! Well, you can't make errors like that. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about Lindor right now. Jesus Christ!
Oh, come on, Frank. Just go. That's not a good one.
And periodically he plays good defense, but not there.
Man, though, I like how he doesn't let it get to him. Like he fucking trying to tell Peterson, like, "Yo, my bad, bro." Like,
yeah.
No, shit happens, whatever. But like I was saying, like how many people can hit over 300, hit over 30, and get you 100 RBIs? Like how many people are really doing that?
You want to know the shit that frustrates me? Fucking Trey Turner is not even hitting above fucking 250, and you got motherfuckers trying to hold him to a higher standard because he's Trey fucking Turner. Fucking Lindor is way better than Trey Turner in my opinion, and I'm not just saying that because I've been a fan of his since day one. I'm saying that statistically he is better than Trey Turner. Just everybody just wants to put him in a fucking pedestal because he's playing for the Mets. That was Steve Cohen's first aggressive move all this, and it's just like, yo, shut up, because if fucking Ahmed Rosario was playing short right now, we'd all be fucking crucifying him. Like, and it just
Oh
makes
my
no sense.
God! No, but that's a great point. Like
It makes
we've
no
had Ahmed Rosario, we've had Wilmer Flores, we've had freaking Ruben Tejada. What the hell have you people been watching that you can't recognize that this dude is light years ahead of the garbage we've had?
You
Like
want to
we
Yeah.
have
know?
not, we've never had. Like my favorite player was Jose Reyes. I loved Jose Reyes. I
AP,
loved Jose Reyes.
AP, I was just gonna bring up a point on that, and I'm not saying this because I know him personally. That has nothing to do with what I'm about to say. The reason why when Met fans want to talk shit about Jose Reyes, why I go to his defense is because after the Wilpons fucked up and didn't want to give him the contract that he deserved, and they went through their struggles with having a sufficient shortstop.
Nice
Oh boy,
catch.
oh boy. After their struggles of having a sufficient shortstop when they let Reyes walk to Miami, that I always tell people that you can't, for what Reyes has done, although he didn't bring us a World Series or whatever, and he didn't show up in playoffs. You got to understand that after Reyes, we didn't have a really good shortstop. So it
No.
basically went from Reyes to okay Wilmer Flores to fucking Francisco Lindor. So my thing is where do you fall in the category of saying that we have better options? We never had better options. After that, Steve Cohen literally said, "I'm gonna take my two best prospects they're both up here, and I'm gonna give them to Cleveland because they're basically giving me Francisco Lindor, who's in his prime, for nothing. I basically just traded two prospects that probably won't be shit for a fucking a superstar in Francisco Lindor, and that's
And
what
we got Cookie too. I know he ain't been great, but we got both of them in that trade.
I mean. Listen, although Cookie hasn't been the best of what we've expected, that was better than what the fuck we were dealing with
Yeah.
at some point. Like,
Oh yeah. No,
Yo,
and I think that the whole like just touching on him, like I feel that when he was here, Met fans Met fans hated on him too, and it was over celebrating and a bunch of shit. Like the thing that I hate is that the Mets, the Woolpons, really made it a thing where they were pretty much deciding upon which one could we sign when we should have been able to sign both. City Field
yeah.
was designed for a player like Jose
Jose,
Reyes
yep.
to hit those doubles and turn them into triples and just let him run. And you let him walk out the door.
But you know what bothered me
I
the
just
most about
can't.
that though?
part about it. Two are fucking a team in our division.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Right
god!
there should have told you right there that Sandy Alderson should have been fired. I would have fired him right then
Mm.
and there because I am not. Listen, you let fucking Jose Reyes walk to a division team, and then you let the same thing happen to Daniel Murphy twice. How does that happen? As a
Yeah,
GM,
that Daniel Murphy shit.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
I just don't
that
get it. And
Daniel Murphy shit though. I think was deeper than the plane. I think it was the comment that he made about who was it? It was like a Billy Bean or something like that. Like he had said something, some messed up comment because of his religion, and I think the Mets took it one way because the Wilpons friend. But either way, I think that letting him go was also stupid. But the Mets make
But
stupid moves
the
left and
thing
right.
about the Reyes thing, if they knew they weren't going to sign him, they needed to trade him.
that's it.
Bottom line, you knew you weren't going to sign
100%.
him. You had to trade him. You could have got Paul for the dude. Like, why let him walk?
But you know what it was? They were trying to. The Wilpons focused on money. The Wilpons wanted. They
Yeah,
knew they
that's all
had
they cared about.
nothing, so they were like, they wanted to have that title, that batting title, and they felt that people would come to the park to see him chase it. But that set the organization years back because if you would have been able to flip them for prospects that could have came in here and helped the rebuild, but instead they were always money driven. I can't stand people that defend the Wilpons. I just don't get it. Like, how could you possibly justify anything
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
that group that group had to bring to? They didn't deserve any credit. They didn't go for winning. They really were all about the money. You know that
Yeah.
they didn't want to bring Mike Piazza. They didn't want to
Yeah,
bring Mike
that was a
Piazza.
Nelson Doubleday move.
He
I,
had to
I,
like beg them.
Yeah, I mean, let me catch up on these comments real quick, and then if you guys can hold it down for me for a minute, I need to step away.
yeah, that's,
B says
You got
Pete, that's Oreos Chris Davis. I hope not.
I hope,
Um,
bro. I hope.
Patrick Lindor is a slow starter. He's an RBI compiler with elite defense. He'll have over a 5 WAR. Yeah, we all agree. I'm pretty sure with that. B loves Trey Turner. I can't show love to that dude just because he's a Philly now. And then B says, according to Danny Murphy interview, the Mets never called and he waited. Yeah, the Mets just weren't interested in bringing him back for whatever reason. But yeah, if you guys can hold it down for me for a minute, I'll be right back. I appreciate you.
No problem.
you got it.
Yeah, B, to your point, bro. They called last minute, and they basically offered him a small contract. I think it was like a 4 year, 75. Basically, what they gave Yoenis Cespedes with the extension, that's what they gave Daniel Murphy, and then he basically waited it out and wanted to see if somebody else was gonna come and offer him something, which they did, and he got a couple offers from different teams, and the Nationals were one of them. He had the best fucking contract with the Nationals, took the deal with the Nationals. But I guarantee you, if the Mets would have offered him the same thing that the Nationals would have, that the Nationals offered him, or would have offered him more than what the Nats did, he would have stayed because his whole career was here. You just fucking had the best playoff in your career. You know what I'm saying? Even though you didn't show up in the World Series, there was something to build there. And it just they fucked up on that. They fucked up on the Jose Reyes thing. He just won a batting title for you, and that's and your park is built for, like, the way his style of play. That's the park is built for him, and you're not going to build around that. That to me is very striking. Then you surprisingly make the World Series in 2015, and then in 2016 your best option is to extend you on Cespedes, which was a good thing for the most part. You get Neil Walker, okay, that's solid. Estrubal Cabrera was not, even though he did have a solid year with us, it wasn't the best signing. And then that was it. You know what I'm saying? And then they went back to basically tanking, if you want to put it in that perspective, or whatnot. So they really didn't know what they were doing. And again, I you can criticize Steve Cohen, because I understand AP's point. Like, I don't understand why they keep defending the Wilpons. You could criticize Cohen, but to say that the Wilpons, that they wish the Wilpons were here because they would have made everything easier with the spending and da da da. You can't talk about that when the guys never even attempted to spend in the first place. That's the issue.
Top.
That's the issue.
Let me ask you something, Top. I wanna get your thoughts on this. You all right? You remember the 2016?
Yes, I do. I watched every game from top to
All
bottom.
right. 2016 was my favorite Mets team of all time. Do you
Mhm.
think, given the financial resources that Cohen has, if Mania would have got the opportunity to form his team with the backing of Steve Cohen, the Mets are in a better position today?
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Absolutely, because Mania, this is the thing about Mania. Like, a lot of people were always criticizing him because they're like, okay, you get the team, this 2016 you put together, they got to where they got to, then 27, then 2007, da da da, they imploded. The thing with Mania is he wanted to add for that 2016, and he didn't. So basically, even though Met fans were confident with the same team that came out, sometimes having the same people year after year doesn't always work because you don't know if they're going to have that consistency. That, again, it's happening now. They basically brought out they basically brought out the same team this year, and again, you're seeing a thing where we're not the same team we were last year. Mania wanted to add. The thing is, the Wilpons were being cheap. There were certain
Hmm.
players that he didn't want to bring, that they didn't want him to bring in. There's certain guys he wanted to go after in free agency that he didn't, that the Wilpons didn't want. And again, Mania was like, listen, those are my bosses. So if at the end of the day I need their resources at the end of the day to get these players, and they're not doing that for me, that's why eventually he ended up leaving. I think he got fired, but
Yeah.
I heard at one point he wanted to leave because he was growing frustrated with them, because he was like, yo, bro, like I understand you're the owner, but you put me in a position to where I can look at the free agency market, I can look at the trade deadline and make certain moves to keep us to keep us in position to make the playoffs every year or even be better, and you're not helping me out. And then Alderson really the shit with Alderson was that Alderson was basically ass kissing them the whole time. So it's not like Alderson was trying to put his foot down and be like, "Yo, I need this and this and that." He basically was like, "It's your team. I'm just here to get the players that you guys want." I'm ass kissing the whole time. That's why a lot of people don't like Alderson, because he was bad, but he was also ass kissing the whole time. So it's like that's
Oh,
it even worse.
I mean, for a while there, Jeff Wilpon was pretty much the de facto GM, no matter who was in charge. Like he
Exactly.
just made all the calls anyway. So
Exactly.
I don't know. I just hate I hate talking about him. I hate that regime so much.
I will tell you this though: there's no fucking way in hell that if you're Steve Cohen with the mindset that he has now, and you have Omar Minaya, who wanted to and wanted to make that 2017 even better, knowing that you just made the NLCS and you were one game away from making the World Series. There's no way you're telling me that you're gonna have a year after that go the way. There's no way. They were gonna do anything they can to
Bro,
add.
that was not a strike. Come on now.
This ump is high, bro. It's something going on. But
I
yeah,
was just saying that because I didn't understand why they let him walk out of the organization. I thought it was so stupid that he was just basically like, well, they're not gonna use me. They let him go to the Yankees. I just I am he's one of the best baseball minds. He has a knack for finding talent. He has the connections in DR and internationally. I don't know.
and he had a lot of good relationships. Like a lot of the Spanish guys that were on that team, like they trusted him. He was always checking up on them, making sure that they were good. Basically, what Cohen, you see how Cohen is like pulling certain guys aside and making like he did with McNeil or he's doing with P. He was doing that with Beltran, with Delgado, with Reyes, with right a lot of it because he was making sure, yo, you know, they I want them to be good, mentally and physically, but I also want to make sure that they're good overall. You know what I'm saying? So although he was a smart,
Alvarez got that one. That's out of here.
Yo, for real?
let's
Nice.
go, baby.
Let's go. That's one. Love this kid, man. Let's go, baby.
Why is it that these pitchers just don't understand not to throw a fucking meatball down the middle?
Yeah, bro. Like
They
that
haven't
was
done their
he
fucking
just
homework, bro.
Oh, I know that. I know it's crazy, but I looked at the stats for the catchers in baseball, and he really has he has top three
yeah,
in a
he has
lot
a
of those categories, man. I people are telling me I'm crazy for saying dude deserve to be recognized also as an all-star, but like yo, that dude's not far. He's not far
yeah.
His
he's
IQ,
already leading in home runs. So I mean,
his IQ,
like he's not far.
his IQ is one of the best that I mean. You talk about. Listen, I will say this. Although he is struggling, I've never seen a rookie's IQ like Juan Soto's, especially what he did in 2019. I sat there. Like you guys remember what World Series was it that he took Justin Verlander deep off a high inside fucking strike, and he took him
Oh
deep as
yeah.
I sat there and I was like, bro, how
Oh,
the
you called that a ball, but you called what is wrong with this umpire, bro? I mean, I'll take it, but this guy's all just
Oh, McNeil hit it hard, but it was an out.
uh,
This is an inning where the Mets have an opportunity, but damn,
at least we got one though. We still got a couple innings to work with. Granted, Hater's tough, but
Hater is a tough dude to get runs off, especially when he's on.
he can get wild though too. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they go,
Yeah, but he's been on a nice streak lately, I heard.
yeah,
Let me catch up on these comments. B, I almost tried to say his name. I'm not gonna do it, man. I don't want to mess it up. What chaps me? Mets should have re-signed R.A. Dickey. Yeah, man. R.A. was fun to watch that year where he won 20 games.
he went to
He should have got that no hitter. They didn't recognize it.
Yeah. Patrick, I felt Mets fans turned on Murphy after the World Series, and the Mets
I
used it
agree,
against them.
Patrick. I
Yep.
agree.
B, we got 2 innings to catch up. Padres closer hater has been lights out. Yeah, for sure. Peter, we have Beltran in the front office now. Young players can relate better to him. Yeah, man. Having Beltran in the front office is big because he can relate to a lot of all the players, but a lot of the young Latino players especially, man. And he knows.
You think that he becomes the eventually the coach of this team?
I don't know. I don't know if he wants to be a manager or if he wants to stay in the front office.
If his relationship with the front office is great, I don't think he wants to give that up. Because mind you, him being in the front office, I don't know if you guys know, but he has his own academy in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
So he basically now has more of an opportunity to run it even better. If he's a coach, he can't really take care of it that much. So he could.
Yeah, I don't think his heart is in.
Yeah, a lot of good players have come out of that academy.
When I was in Puerto Rico, I took a tour around it. It's ran really well. Like I was impressed. You had basically people. I mean, the baseball program there, strict as a motherfucker, but they get those guys on a good diet regimen. They're up early. They're all in uniform practice, and like they're set because they're letting them know, like, listen, this is what you're gonna have to deal with if you guys want to make it. Like this. We're setting you guys up. But you think this is hard? Wait till you get to the league. Like, it's not gonna. Y'all gonna have to get used to this diet plan. Y'all gonna have to get used to waking up, get into the field at a certain time. Get it on a consistent basis. Trying to just stay good because that's what you need to do to be successful. So, when I went, I was very impressed. I was like, now I see why a lot of people like coming here because he also has people from like different parts of the country that actually go. Like, I was very impressed with that.
Yo, I mean that was a nasty pitch.
Bad by Bailey. Jeez. I just don't think that Beltran has the I just don't think he wants to. I don't think he's gonna be committed. That it's a lot to give up to be a manager.
Yeah, and then everybody's gonna bring up that whole thing again with the cheating and all that. Like, I don't know if he wants to mess with all that crap.
I think that Beltran is good where he's at.
Yeah, I think it's dumb because if you think about it, they let him go and then they brought him back. So at this point, you can't use that no more.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, it becomes hard to bring back a player that was on your team and then have him become a coach or somebody that eventually down the line you're gonna fire.
Yo, let me throw out something crazy. I mean, maybe it's not that crazy, but Mike Piazza's been managing.
Nah, I'm
for
good.
Team
I don't
Italy
need
and
Piazza.
whatnot.
Nah, I don't want Piazza to come back to coach us. I'm good. He could go pitch wherever or coach wherever the hell he's at right now. Piazza to me doesn't scream X's and O's and all this stuff. I just don't see it. As a hitting coach?
As a hitting coach, if they took a chance on it, I wouldn't be that upset.
As a hitting coach, I wouldn't mind it either. But
the dude knows hitting, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have him as a coach. Like if you wanted, as a hitting coach, I'd be all right, fine, but not for
it was mostly a joke, but he does have managing experience, so it wouldn't be totally unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, so does Little League coaches. I don't want them to be the coach.
Yo, it'd be funny to see who Buck's replacement would be if they ever do fire him after the season.
I think that the Mets want it to be this kid. What's their? Oh my God, the one that was their ex hitting coach last year. That's the bench manager now.
Oh, Eric Chavez.
Chavez. I think that they do want Chavez to be the eventual heir apparent, but I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna be the best move. I don't know.
It depends too. If David Stearns does come on board, like there's already been rumors that he's got that relationship with Craig Counsell, and Counsell's contract with the
I'll
Brewers
take
will
it.
be up.
I'll take it. I'll take it. He's listen. I know everybody's gonna be like, "Well, what has he really done for the fucking Brewers? He's had them in first place for the most of the fucking time he's been there."
Yeah,
Like I said, now the thing with coaching now is like, oh, if they haven't won a World Series, what have they done? Dusty fucking Baker just recently won his fucking first World Series. Give me a break, bro. And I know people don't like Dusty, but it's like he has experience. He kind of knows the X's and O's. Like, come on, dude.
I wouldn't be mad at that, honestly. Like, I think Craig Counsell would be a great coach.
As soon as they brought him in as a coach, the fucking Brewers took off, and they were a whole different team. They've been in first place for most of the time, and they're in first place now. And actually, they're not. They're actually a game behind Cincinnati.
yeah, they're right behind Cincinnati.
But still, they're like best. They're playing really good baseball, and it's like that. As much as you want to fucking, so a lot of people want to kill the guy. It's like he's practically had that organization in one of the best, times that they've been in since he's been hired a couple years ago. So I can't.
Is his contract up
I think
After this year.
after
this year? Oh wow!
Yeah. Peter says in the offseason, if Alvarez can work on his throws a second, get rid of the ball faster, he will be the best. Yeah, he's got a crazy solid arm. It's just his release can be a little quicker. Heard maybe John Stearns for ex-Mets catcher for manager. That's a throwback name. I don't know. I'd rather go. I want somebody younger, man. I want somebody that can adapt to the changes in the game. B says no more chicharrones. I would quit Beltran Baseball Academy. Oh snap! That's a good one. Peter, we need him in front office talking Beltran. He would get quality Latino young play. Yeah, he's got a good relationship with the young Latino guys. I like him in the front office. I wouldn't hate keeping him there. Man, this Hartwig kid looks good. I'm not gonna lie.
Because he has a lot of movement on that, and then the fact that his ball comes in and then when he throws that fastball, the hitters have no idea where it's going is awesome.
I'm sad that Nogosic didn't plan out well, bro. Nogosic, when he first was put in our thing, his fastball was elite.
I don't know what it is, but I have I have a special place for submarine pitchers. Like I just feel like they could get more ground balls. So I've always been like I've been down for like getting one. I think the Mets we let Bradford go, and dude went on to like do amazing work everywhere he went, but here.
I was just gonna say, I used to love Bradford. Guys like that I like those guys too. You remember Jeff Innes?
Yeah.
Briefly, he didn't play much for us.
Yeah, he was with us for, I believe, from 87 to 93. But yeah, he had a funky delivery.
Right. Jeff Ennis.
Yeah, those 90s.
Damn, that 93 team was so garbage.
Those 90s teams were rough.
The Mets were hard to watch in the freaking early 90s. Oh my god.
That's when I grew up. My first team I remember is like the 92-93 season. Like I was 6 years old. So I grew up with like this shittiest Mets teams possible. So I think that's why I can handle the loss a little easier.
Oh no. Oh, we caught it. I just remember like by the time like I started watching in like the 90s,
that looked like it was
these
gone.
teams like I thought it was gone, yeah. I just remember like the guys that everybody would talk about seemed so washed and like nobody was interested. Like Dwight Gooden was still on the team, but nobody really like thought of Dwight as Dwight anymore. Del Strawberry was leaving. It was just it sucked.
That's when we brought
not for nothing. The Mets should definitely have won. Oh,
I'm I'm not
Bobby Bonilla, a true story. Bobby Bonilla was the student of my fifth grade teacher. So my fifth grade teacher would bring up Bobby Bonilla, Bobby Bonilla, Bobby Bonilla. And I'm like looking at this guy like Bobby Bonilla sucks. I don't care about Bobby Bonilla. And he got us tickets like to a Met game. So we went to a Met game. But I was like, yo, I don't even want to go see this. Like Bobby Bonilla really was not a great like player for us. Like I did not
Yeah.
like him at all. He had a bad attitude.
He
It
wasn't
was just
great, but he also
bad.
wasn't as bad as I think people remember. If you look at his numbers, they weren't horrible. He at the time had like the
You know
biggest
what he
contract.
is? He was the original Francisco Lindor.
Yeah,
He was the
yeah, that's what
original
I was just
Francisco
about to say.
Lindor because, but it became a media thing that the media just
Yeah,
and
they
his
didn't like him.
attitude against the media,
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
they did not because he was an asshole.
yeah. No, he brought a lot of it upon himself. But if you just look at it pure number standpoint, like he wasn't nearly as bad as some people like to think. He had a contract that people didn't like, and he was an ass, and the media hated him. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Looking at Jose Quintana's start, even though it wasn't good, his movement on his pitches were pretty decent. I was like, oh, he has some good movement on his curves. I was like, okay.
that's good. That's good to see. B said I would trade my birthday for Bobby Bonilla. Yeah, B's funny. Shout out B for sticking around all this time, and Peter too, man. You guys are the goats.
Every time they show Terry Collins on the fucking screen, I start getting sad. I'm like, damn, I wish he was still with us.
I blame him for 2015 not ending in the championship.
Listen, he will forever be the goat in my eyes for even getting us there and I mean, so many people the expectation.
I never was a big fan of this guy. I think that he made a lot of dumb decisions. I personally, in that World Series, I would have had Juan Lagares play center field. Why do we have a designated hitter position in Kansas City and not use it for Cespedes? I don't know. First hit, Cespedes allows that home run in the round the park. I just there's a lot of shit. Like, why wouldn't you have gone to defense in those late innings as opposed to letting Daniel Murphy's terrible defense stay at second base, which ended up costing us an error. There's just a bunch of things that I don't know. Well, he acted like Benitez, but Familia, why you didn't bring in Familia in Game 5 after Harvey gave up that leadoff hit. There's just things like that drive me crazy about, and
Yo,
he
this
mismanaged the
umpire's
bullpen all the
pissing
time.
me off.
Yeah, no, this umpire sucks.
You're gonna if you guys join this, I don't think I'm gonna join today, but if you guys join the space, I'm sure you're gonna hear a lot about the umpire.
Probably.
Oh, absolutely. No, the way that this is going, I'm out of here. Like, I don't want to talk no more baseball after this shit.
Peter, submarine pitch is actually the most natural way to pitch for your arm. Just make believe you're throwing the ball using the regular way, then sidearm it. Your arm won't get shoulder or most other end. Yeah, it's been pretty talked about that it's just not natural to throw the ball the way pitchers typically throw it with that overhand motion. So submariners, in theory, shouldn't get hurt as much. Let's put a sidearm pitching staff together. That would be interesting. Oh, come on. We need 2 freaking runs, guys. Can we do it? We have a little late inning magic in us. Not if we're swinging at pitches like that. What are you doing?
Yeah, completely cool.
Jesus, Nimmo, come on. going to say we need a bloop and a blast, but at this point, we can't even get the bloop.
Fucking disgusting, dude. A lot of the top guys that were barely touching that are like literally. I don't know what it is, dude. It's very weird to see. The struggles with Pete, the struggles with McNeil, the struggles with Nimmo, the guys that weren't really struggling like that. They were actually playing fundamental baseball. They're just not there. I don't understand. I don't get it. Especially with Nimmo, because Nimmo was every at bat last year. Nimmo was hard to get out,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it's just like he's swinging at everything, and oh, what's going on?
Uh,
This is disheartening. This is exactly what I've been talking about. You have, I mean, the umpire cost Can a strike, but the that Nimmo at bat was garbage, and now Fam is like hitting like measly little tap foul balls. I
mm,
don't like what's happening right now. Like I don't know. It would be awesome if Fam could get on right now and have somebody on base for the door, because I just don't trust Pete at all.
yeah, he hasn't shown
Peter
much.
Peter said it's
The
now.
recipe the last couple of days has been both Francisco's doing something.
Yeah. Yeah, Pete says it's now or never next 3 weeks to see if we're buyers or sellers. Yeah, they got to. I hate being in this no man's land crap, though, because
Oh
I
God,
want
you can't
one or the
strike out
other.
there.
He
Damn,
struck out. Yeah, I don't like being
15
stuck in the middle
strikeouts.
with this trade deadline stuff.
I don't either, but at the same time, what gives me confidence? What I mean, I know it's nobody wants to fucking hear it, but the fact that our owner actually told us, like, listen, if I gotta sell, I gotta sell. Like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm
I
saying?
do appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we're going into this shit. We do have to sell it, knowing if we're gonna sell or not. Like we know, listen, if we gotta sell, we gotta sell. But I'm not taking my foot off the gas. I'm not saying if we're gonna sell that we're gonna like start tanking. Like no, if I gotta sell this year, basically what he's trying to say is if I gotta put this fucking year behind me, so that way I can just reset it and add so we can fucking get back to the playoffs. I'll do it. And by all means, if that's what he's gonna do, I'll fucking take it at this point because they've beaten themselves to the push from where they are in the standings to how bad, like, even though they've been on a good streak, it's like I said, at
Yeah,
this point the standings it's gonna come bite you in the ass if the other teams ahead of you don't start winning, don't start losing. So
I, I got a Facebook comment out of left field. Let's go Padres. I'll read it, but no, we're no, we're not in support of that here. But I appreciate you watching. Goyo, I hope I said that right. Goyo Perez.
yeah, right, yeah.
Personally, if we were selling, I'm selling Marte. Yeah, the question is whether you could get something for him the way he's playing, but we'll
That's
see.
I'm not, that's the thing. If I know I'm not getting nothing from Marte, I'm not selling it.
Yeah, it's no point if you're not getting anything. But if you could convince a team that he's worth a decent something, then I'll take it, I guess.
If you're already in the part where you have to sell, like you at this point, playoffs is not even in our mention. I'm selling David Robertson because I know
Yeah, he's going to get you the most.
yeah. So as sad as it would be, because I actually that's a pickup that I wanted last year. I wanted
Yeah,
Robertson last year, so the fact that we got him this year, and it's like the team is not turning out to be what we thought, and then you have to sell him. It's just like it's understandable. It's like it's the best piece you got.
Scherzer, Ken, and Robertson have been rumored. Yeah, I don't know if I can see Scherzer getting traded either, but we'll see. Hopefully, we don't have to. Hopefully, we're in it and we can buy some pieces, and a comeback tonight would certainly help with that. But if not, we're still at 6.5 and try to close out the first half with a win tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, I don't look. I like streaks, but like I said, I want series. So
Yeah.
If by all means this game ends up going not our way, you still have an opportunity to win yourself a series. Musgrove isn't any fucking easier, but you gotta at least make adjustments
Yeah, no doubt.
and take a look at this. That's the one thing you gotta do. 'Cause, you know, if it was up
Once,
to me, I would have preferred the slapping on Snell because Snell is a much wilder pitcher. He's very inconsistent at times, but it shows how good he's been his last couple starts. He literally ran through our whole lineup like nothing.
yeah. Shout out anybody still watching. It looks like we got 12 people still, so shout out you guys, especially Peter and B who have been here like pretty much the whole night. Appreciate you guys. If you are watching, please drop a like. Continue to drop comments. It's much appreciated. If you could give us a follow. If you're on Twitter, give me a follow at Amish Country Met. Give David down there a follow at Top Bunk Sports. For me as well, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I don't post as much there, to be honest, but I do live stream to Facebook as well. So give me a follow there at Amish Country Met Fan. And then subscribe to my YouTube if you're watching here. Please hit that subscribe button. If you're not already subscribed, I would appreciate it. Also, follow my guy AP on Twitter. I don't know if he's still with us. He's a little quiet, but it's at AP at scientific_1. That's his username on Twitter.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
If we play 600 ball next few weeks, we got to keep our guys. Yeah, I could definitely. If we keep winning, it's probably not going to see a sell.
My God, Lindor, what is happening today? What is happening?
He still should have made the catch, but he got distracted. But I think saw McNeil.
McNeil even put his face like that was my fault because he basically Lindor had that, but he still should have made it.
Yeah, he got in his line of.
Look at McNeil's face. McNeil's face is like, yeah, that's my fault. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I don't know why I ran for that.
He still need to catch it, but yeah,
he's gonna get killed anyways.
Yeah, no doubt.
There's no other way around it.
They're gonna trade him back to Cleveland after tonight.
Yep. You're gonna have fucking Andres Jimenez would have made that catch. That's what you're gonna fucking hear.
That's what drives me crazy. Is like people are so like one game to the guy is hot for days, weeks at a time, and then they have one bad game, and it's like everybody jumps on him again. It's like, come on now.
What you're gonna?
But this has probably been the worst I've seen him play defense.
Yeah,
it looks shaky. That ain't no doubt.
AP, when was the last time you went to a game?
I went to a game. Funny enough, I went to Carrasco pitched.
Was that when Patty gave you tickets?
Yeah, that was the one that Patty gave me tickets. Who were we playing against? We won.
Was it Cleveland?
I didn't think we had a fighter's chance of winning that game when we won.
Was it Cleveland?
I don't remember. You were in the chat at the time.
When Pete, that's when Pete fucking tied it with a grand slam, and then we won it. Where Lindor walked us off.
No, it wasn't a walk off. It was we were winning I think it felt like the whole game.
Yeah. I don't know, but shout out Patty. She's usually watching as well.
For looking, I know that was such a sweet thing for her to do.
Nice pick off.
Thank you, stupid.
Let's go.
This guy, Bogart seems to be like the only player that I know that gets picked off a lot. Like I don't fucking know. It's like.
All right, well, let's pretend that Lindor thing didn't happen.
Well, they definitely fucking saved him there.
So this is the guy that we basically spent $4 million on just because we had to take back Flexen and just drop them.
Listen, if Flexen was so inconsistent, it boggled my mind when they first traded for him. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was all just to get this guy. I mean, I'll take it.
He has the thing about God too is that he throws hard, but he has movement on his pitches. So.
Yeah.
And plus, it's a new fucking arm at this point. I'll take whatever.
Got him. Nice. All right. Here we go.
That was dirty.
Time for a comeback, fellas. Peter says, I miss the old days at Shea. I even stayed overnight. Climbed up inside a scoreboard on night. Slide out the big letters that spelled Mets. Peter's an old school guy, man. I think Peter was at Shea in like 1970, like
Peter, shout out to you.
Running things.
Peter, shout out to you, bro, because I'll do anything to sneak into City Field just to be stupid.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I will personally. I don't do vlogs, but one day I would like to. But I will personally vlog that.
Yeah.
Just to, I bet you I'll get a good amount of views on that. But the thing is, they got City Field so locked down, packed, bro, that you can't even like attempt to do anything.
Yeah, those days are gone where you could do stuff like that.
Yeah, bro, you can't do shit. You cannot. You're fucked.
I mean, back in the day, I mean, you see like World Series celebrations and stuff. The fans were like on the field, bro. Like it was crazy.
You know, have you seen the videos of when they go into abandoned stadiums? I seen one where somebody snuck into the Pontiac Silverdome before they took it down, and he basically, because you know, usually with those abandoned stadiums, they don't really have guards checking on them, but with the Silverdome, they still had guards around there making sure nobody was in there vandalizing and whatever. And he took a whole vlog of the stadium, and literally it was decayed from within. Everything was just bad. But you could tell he was like on alert because he was like, there's guards that one guard at one point saw him go in, but because he ran for it and took a different direction, that guard was spending the whole time trying to look for him, and he couldn't find him. So by the time he got out and he drove back in his motorcycle, he's like that to the guard. It was like, yo.
Yo, Peter, bro, Gatey, I snuck in there easy. You crazy, bro. Hold on to the steel beam and put your foot. And them were the days.
Yeah, because they didn't have nowadays you have alarm security and stuff like that. They didn't have it. So you were easy. It was easy to get in. Now with City Field, their shit's alarmed. Their gate is like fucking 20 feet high. You can't even get on that shit. Like it's hard.
Yo, he called that. Look at on the screen. Look at where that first pitch is. He called that a ball. I'll take it, but bro, like this is one of the most inconsistent umps I've seen. Like, what are you doing?
We spoke about Josh Hader being wild, and so far he's proven us to be right. Lindor, do not swing at anything.
Yeah, please don't swing 3-0. Just take a pitch or two, man.
Thank you. And I bet you he would have called that a strike. I was waiting for him to call that a strike. It's based on what the fuck he's been doing.
Ooh, that was borderline. All right, then. That's a strike, but
that was on the line. That could have been called either way, but that wasn't.
There we go, Frankie.
Boy,
Francisco.
Let's go.
Whoa. Oh, all right, chill.
There we go. See, this he's proving everybody wrong.
Bro, I made a video about it today, man. It's like you can't. I don't know, man. I just don't understand. I don't understand what he has to do to get people to get off his shit.
My thing is, it's not the fandom that I'm coming at it from that. What I'm saying is, what has I get it. Everybody has their inconsistencies, but why is it that every time you critique a player or you hold them accountable, you always have to add the fucking contract to it? That's it. They gave him the damn contract. Stop complaining.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Like, and then what if he would have not made that trade? People would have been crucifying Steve Cohen for not even keeping Lindor. Imagine if Lindor would have walked in free agency and would have went to a different team.
Yeah, you couldn't let him walk. And if you look at the other shortstop contracts compared to them, it's not a bad deal.
Jesus, Pete. Jesus Christ.
Come on, Pete.
I had a 3-0 count right now, bro.
He's trying to hit a home run there, man. Like, you just got to keep it moving, bro. And then the ump calls him.
Ow!
Come on.
Ow! Yo, what?
Oh, man. Peter.
2-2 count. Come on, bro.
Jesus.
Yo, if he would have, oh my God. You know, I can never get nervous with Pete, but now that he's going through his recent struggle, it's like every time he comes up on the plate, you're just like wondering what the fuck he's gonna do.
Exactly. What are you looking? Come on, bro. Like, you swing at garbage and then you stare at that? It's not going well for this dude.
I don't know what it is. I really I've been trying to figure out what
Pete Evan didn't hitting in the double plays. Pete's off balance. Yeah, Pete needs the All-Star break. I wish he wasn't in the freaking
oh boy, good eye, kid. Good
thing.
Eye. Good eye. You gotta make him work. That's it. You just gotta make Hater work. That's it.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, he was definitely trying to go yard on that one. Yeah, he was definitely trying to go yard.
Come on, Francisco. If you're tuning in, appreciate it. Looks like 15 people are here. Hopefully the Mets can pull this off. 3-1. Nice. I like that he's being patient.
That was the key to his at bat against what's his name, the closer for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah. Well, as I say that, he apparently swings at a. I mean, that slider's wicked, but. I don't know what's up with this comment from Jose, but I'm just gonna say Viva Mexico. Shout out my Mexican brothers and sisters. Oh snap. Oh geez, what are these Facebook haters? Luis Checo, Mets suck. All right. Ooh.
Oh my God, I was about to get up my fucking seat and go nuts. Oh my, yeah. Twitter would have been blown up right now if you would have got that over the wall.
Oh, jeez. I haven't even looked to see what these guys are saying right now on Twitter.
I would have. It hasn't been as bad as I thought it'd be.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
That was right down, literally right down the middle. He just couldn't get the bat on it. All right. Last chance, everybody. It's Jeff McNeil. Well, and of course he swung first pitch because that's what he does. I mean, I don't know who I'd want
less
McNeil, Marte. At this point, Pete.
It's ridiculous, dude.
That's game. All right. Well, the streak's over. It was a nice run. Let's get the series tomorrow, hopefully. I appreciate you, David, or Top, as we call him. Thanks for stopping in. AP, if you're still around, thank you for being here. It was much more fun watching this with you guys than on my own.
Next time you do this, bro, you know I'll be there.
All right, man. Now, yeah, I'm going to try to do them. Peter, thank you so much. We'll see you. B, thanks. Thank you for watching. You guys were the best, man. You were leaving comments the whole time. For the rest of you still watching, appreciate you. And if you didn't comment, thanks for stopping in. Please subscribe to the channel. I would very much appreciate it. Also, subscribe to David's Top Bunk Sports. And follow us on Twitter. Follow David at Top Bunk Sports on Twitter. I can't get used to calling you David, bro. And then follow.
People wanted it. They were like, "Yo, what's your actual name? We keep calling you Top." And so I told them.
Yeah. And then AP is at scientific_1. He's not a content creator, but dude is a great Mets fan. He's very knowledgeable. So please give my guys a follow. I appreciate all you guys watching. Have a great night. Hopefully we close out the series tomorrow with a win, and we go into the All-Star break on a high note. Appreciate everybody. Let's go Mets.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.